welcome back. It is Saturday, December 31st, 2022, and it is the last day of the 2022 year. With that being said, we are back with our little binder here that I absolutely adore. This is my favorite binder that I have. It is my Care Bear bedtime binder. It was personally done for me from Crafted by Free. All I told her was, I love Bedtime Bear. Find me an image of Bedtime Bear and put it on the binder, the notebook. And she did. So with that being said, we're going to talk about our 2023 low spin, no spin year. Y'all, this is going to be our first year. I have been watching so many YouTubers talking about their no spin, low spin year for 2023. And a lot of people are on board with this concept. We've never done one, but we're attempting it this year. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I did want to show you my last savings challenge that did come in. I'm not quite sure when or where I'm going to put this in. This may be something that I put in at a later time in the year, but I just wanted to show it to you, and I wanted to have it on hand. I did purchase this about a week and a half ago. This is just a simple Save-Opoly card. It does come with a dice. I will not be using the dice because y'all know I have chihuahuas that will eat that in a heartbeat. And I don't want that to happen. So, not to mention, I'm blind. So if I roll the dice, I couldn't tell you what the number was anyways. So I'll be using my cell phone and asking Siri to choose a number between 1 and 6. And that is how I will play with this savings challenge. This is a Save-Opoly card. It is laminated, y'all, so you can use it over and over again. And it does come with a $1,000 emergency tracker, which I absolutely love. So when I'm going to use this, where I'm going to use this is going to be determined at a later date. But I did want to have it in stock. So just wanted to show you that real quickly before we get started. Now, my concept of the 2023 low spin, no spin may be a little bit different. It may be a little bit more simplistic. But I don't want to have goals all maxed out for the entire year. I want to do this month by month. So I'm going to break this down into 12 months. A lot of the goals are going to stay. I may make some additions. I may make some subtractions. I can do with it however I want to. I do know I'm almost out of paper on here. Y'all, I'm going to apologize in advance. You're going to know that I am not on the lines, and there's a reason for that. Blind people don't stay on the line for nothing. Not even underneath a CCTV. So, with that being said, this is for January of 2023. Again, I am going to try to hold to these simple rules. I didn't want a whole bunch of rules. I didn't need a whole bunch of exceptions. And I don't need a whole bunch of in-between. As you know, you don't see us spend a whole lot of money most of the time on expense sheets and things of that nature, because if it's not already in my binders and it's not already in an envelope, most of the time we don't need very much more. So this is not going to be a huge challenge for us, but it will be somewhat of a challenge. For example, we are definitely going to continue to eat from our prepper pantry. We've been eating off of it for 8 months. January starts month number 9. I've showed you all my 2 deep freezers downstairs. I showed you my pantry shelves downstairs. I have not showed you my dry food storage, but I do have dry food storage, which includes things such as black beans, red beans, pinto beans, rice, sugar. Not very much flour left because I only keep flour in for 6 months at a time unless it's in the freezer and it lasts a little bit longer. Pancake mix. Things of that nature I have downstairs in dry 5-gallon food grade buckets with Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers when needed and sealed. And that is for emergency storage. If I need to get into it, I don't have a problem getting into it because I can always replace it because I pack those myself. What I need to show you still is my upstairs pantry. Now I just moved some canned goods from the bottom shelf up to the top. And that's how I rotate my stock. Every month I go downstairs, I grab what we need, and I replenish my cabinets with it. I also have 2 7-tall storage shelves in my kitchen as well, like you've seen in my prepper pantry, and they're full of items as well. I will be showing you that this coming week as I get ready to do a very, very small grocery shop. That leads us to our next one, groceries. Y'all know I usually have a budget every single month of $800 when there are 4 weeks in a month. If there are 5 weeks in a month, I get a $1,000 spending limit. That means $200 per week, regardless if there's 4 or 5 weeks in the month. I just adjust. Lately, I've been able to eat more of our preps. We have been crushing this goal, and we've been putting a lot towards our second month ahead out of our 1 year fully funded emergency binder that we will not touch unless there is an absolute tragic emergency. My husband loses his income, I lose my income, things of that nature. That will keep us for 12 months. Right now we're in month number 2. So a lot of my extra grocery money has been going to that. And that's why we've been trying to keep it as low as possible. We're going to continue to keep it that low. Our grocery budget from here through the next couple of months, I will go back and look at it after 3 months. That's why you have a 3M on there. It's only going to be $300, regardless if it's 4 weeks or 5 weeks. It's going to be $300 and we're done. We have so many things to eat up. It is crazy ridiculous, and we need to eat it. I didn't build a prepper pantry for the zombies to come. I didn't build a prepper pantry for social collapse. What I built the pantry for my prepper pantry, is to stabilize us in case we had a shortfalling, we had an emergency where I had to spend more money 1 month because of a certain situation. For example, Tucker's going to be going to the veterinarian this week to schedule yet another surgery for his second tumor to be taken off of him in 6-7 months now. And with that being said, it's going to cost hundreds of dollars, but I already have that in my pet binder. If I didn't already have that already put away in an envelope and be stocking money away, I would have to pull that from groceries, because that would be the first thing I'd have to be able to pull from in order to make sure those bills are paid. So that is why even sticking a small amount of money over a longer period of time and being consistent with cash stuffing, even though I'm a cash-less stuffing budgeter, meaning that I use prop money and all my money stays in my accounts. My money's in the accounts. I just direct them to where they need to be. I don't have a problem of saying, oh, I've got extra money in my account and start spending it. I'm very reserved and know that I cannot spend that money. And that is why I put it in the Capital One 360s and I named accounts so I know exactly what that money is used for. And it doesn't get touched unless it's for that purpose. So groceries is going down to $300. I am going to use the grocery shopping challenge budget sheet that I showed you yesterday from Jordan Budgets, and I'm going to keep myself accountable and on track. I will take you in this coming week and show you my kitchen pantry. I will show you my fridge and freezer upstairs, and I will also show you my pantry shelves upstairs. In combination with what you saw downstairs, you'll understand why we can do this. So dropping that bill down to $300, and then I will re-evaluate that in 3 months. Our next one is no eating out, except for any kind of celebration. You'll see a P and a J next to that. That is Philip and Jesse. Their birthday is next month, and we already have the money to eat out. So it's not money that's going to be spent out of my bank account to be spent. It's money I've been saving up for that. Other than that, other than celebrations and holidays and things of that nature, we need to stop eating out. And we hadn't been eating out a lot. And that's because we do the copycat meals at home. And we can continue to do that. When you see my shelving systems in my kitchen this week coming up, you're going to see we have Taco Bell sauces in stock. And why is that? Because we like Taco Bell. I like their sauces. So don't order Taco Bell just to get the sauce. The sauce you can purchase at Walmart. And it says Taco Bell on it. It's made by the Taco Bell people who make those sauces, and it tastes identical. So there's ways of getting around not doing takeout by doing copycat meals at home for much, much cheaper. The next one's a little controversial. This is going to also include a couple of exceptions. I'll explain the exceptions here in just a minute. No Etsy for myself. Now, I do have a giveaway going on January 2023 through December of 2023. every single month, I am going to give away one lucky winner is going to win the Jordan Budgets Savings Challenge Starter Pack. With that, they get to pick out their own 5 savings challenges that they want from Jordan Budgets shop. Me and Jordan are pretty tight on conversation. I claim her as my YouTube bestie and no one else can. I have everything she has. I own all of her items. So with that being said, that is the exception that I made for that. And everybody knows that that's going to be happening. It is going to be a mystery giveaway, which means you're going to have to find that video. I am not going to list it for everybody to see that it is giveaway. It is something you're going to have to work for. And you'll have to do what I tell you to do in it. It could be at the beginning of a video, in the middle, at the end, anywhere in between the beginning and the end is where you're going to find it. And if you can find that video and you do what you're told to do in that video, then you get entered into that challenge. The other challenge that I am doing is a Amazon savings book giveaway. And what it is the Ultimate Savings Challenge book. It has 70 challenges ranging from $50 all the way up to $5,000. It has 70 different challenges, and I will be giving away one of those every single month from January to December as well. Again, that's going to be a mystery giveaway. I'm not going to tell anybody where that giveaway is at. You're going to have to follow the same rules with that as well. So those are the only exceptions that I have for that. For myself, though, no Etsy items. That's going to be hard. The next one is my goals, and I'm putting some goals up here because I just need a little bit of goals. I don't need anything drastic, but I do want to make some headway on some things. I am on track right now. If I pay what I need to pay in the next 6 months, I can be qualified for a house. My score has jumped to 620 points. So, super excited about that, working my way through things that I need to work my way through. I am going to pay off one Affirm account in January. It'll probably be the lowest one, but I'm still going to pay one off. I will tell you, I believe, if I remember right, I am in the $100 and something range from paying off my son's Oculus headset that I bought him in June. But that's not the one I'm going to pay off. But I am going to pay off one Affirm account every single month starting in January. Now, the APR is so low that I think on that one, it's not even got an annual percentage rate. It's got no monthly overage or anything. I think I just need to pay, if I remember right, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me yet. I think it's $54 to pay off the first account. I'm going to pay off the first account, and then I'm going to work my way from smallest to largest. Very easy accounts to pay off. Not a lot of interest on any of them. I think my highest interest is $3.10 for 1 month, if that tells you anything. So we're going to pay off the lowest. I'm going to keep my trackers updated. That's going to be a chore for me and my children because y'all know I can't be coloring. I'll be outside all the lines and all that. So I'm bringing my kids on board with that. Healthy habits. So I'm going to have them help me with the tracking. I'm going to make the menu. You guys haven't seen my menu in a while. I kind of fell off the sidetracks of making menus, and it's been a disaster around here with that because then I don't know what's for dinner. Then I don't know what to pull out. Then the kids are asking at 4 o'clock, hey, what's for dinner around 5:30ish? I don't know because I didn't make a menu. I need to get back on that. When we were making menus and doing things that way, I knew what to take out. I knew what to prep the night before. I knew how easy it would be. Y'all, I have an Instant Pot and I have a crock pot and I got an air fryer. There is no exceptions for why I cannot make a meal, even if I forgot to put the meat out for the kids the night before. Now, you don't see that I make my meal separate for my kids because they eat meat. But, you know, I have to make mine separately as well. So I'm going to stay up on my meal preps, and then I'm also going to be doing my kids' meal preps with their meat and dairy products. I'm also going to spring clean my living room. And when I spring clean my living room, y'all, my kids don't like it. We take everything out. The walls get washed, the windows get washed, the hardwood floor from the living room all the way down the hallway not only gets mopped, it gets steam mopped, it gets Pledge orange oiled and everything else. So it's a pretty hefty task, but we can do it. We're not a complete minimalistic family, but we minimalized our house by 85%, and I got so much out of here. It's so easy now to keep the house clean. It's ridiculous, and I love it. The last thing I need to declutter is the next one, is my hallway closet. Most of the things need to go back in their totes. It needs to be labeled. My son and I will be doing a lot of labeling this week. And I need to go back downstairs on the shelving systems. Most of it is just leftovers, conditioners, shampoos. My kids have gotten into a lot of things. And next thing you know, we have 3 bottles of shampoo that are half full. We have 2 bottles of conditioner that are a quarter full, where I'm thinking they're full and we don't need any more. And that's not the case. They're less than what I thought. So I'm going to marry a bunch of shampoos and conditioners if they're within the same brand family and or smells, or I'm going to have to just put them down and we're going to use them little by little. Now, I did say that I have 2 exceptions, y'all. Now, my exceptions are, number 1, I have outsourced a tracker set. I cannot make the A6 size savings challenge cards like I just showed you a minute ago with the Saveopoly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't have the vision to do it. My son's getting frustrated because he can't seem to do it either. We've been trying to do it on an app. And I think even on the computer, it's not working. Philip, what's that app that we use? What app? The one you make thumbnails and that for me on? Canva. Sorry, y'all. I forgot what it was. And I don't know what we're doing wrong. I don't know if Canva's just not the place to make A6 size trackers. If anybody's got any information, please let me know because it's boggled my mind. But for the meanwhile, y'all know that I want to have Danya have a high school binder. So I have outsourced that. I have spoken to my YouTube bestie, Jordan Budgets. And I said, girl, I was hitting her up last night. I was like, I need you to outsource something for me. I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not even going to attempt it anymore. It's just not working. The sizing ain't there. She's like, what do you need? I said, I need you to build this high school tracker system for Danya. And she's like, you give me those and I will do it. And she says, you know, I've been wanting to do this for you for a while, which I've talked to her before about doing it. Y'all, Jordan is so darn busy. It's crazy. But she has amazing trackers. And y'all seen them on my channel all the time. She is going to do those for me. I sent her a list of tracker topics that I need her to have for each one. I told her if she had any more, please put them out. And I'm hoping that not only does she build it for me, but she puts a high school out for the rest of the community so they can buy it on Etsy. And that's what my suggestion was to her, is to definitely, once she creates it for me, also put it on her Etsy shop. I also asked her for things such as, even though my daughter's going to be a freshman this next coming year, which is crazy, Danya will be 14 in April and she'll be hitting high school in August. I apologize all. I just had a phone call come in while I'm recording. My daughter Tori is moving into her new apartment today and is super excited and had some questions for me. So back to what I was saying. With this new high school tracker package that I am having Jordan Budgets create for me, I have asked her to also put in things that my daughter right now will not need, but will need in the future, and maybe some of you would love to get the package as well for your children. And not only does it have quite a few things in there for just regular high school purposes and things that children need while they're in high school, but I've also asked her to include things such as senior pictures, senior trip, class ring, things of that nature as well. I know some of the trackers that she currently has, I could filter those into a high school binder system, but I want her to create the whole layout of the trackers in one package. And so that is what I asked her to do, and I will keep you guys updated on that as well as the progress is going on, because she's going to get started on that pretty soon for me as well. I just gave her as many titles as I could think of and told her to throw in anything extra that she could think of as well. So super excited about that. That is an exception I am making because the binder situation is something I wanted to have done before the end of this year, and I'm unable to complete that at my own time. So Jordan's going to do that for me. So I will be purchasing that from her. And the other thing that I will be purchasing, and I couldn't do it because Alicia's on vacation until January, which is Miss Hands and Bands. I want her to custom create a label for me, a gold one that has Danya's class year on it, and it'll say class of, graduating class of, and then it'll have like a cap in the middle, and I want Danya's year on the cap. And I believe she graduates in 2020, I want to say 7, I think it is. Don't quote me on that either, because I'm over here without a brain this afternoon. I'm tired, y'all, and I need another coffee. So with that being said, those are 2 exceptions that I have made for Etsy. There will be one final exception coming up, but I am going to put in next week, because I forgot to add it in, one additional envelope in my savings challenge binder, and that is going to be for another custom notebook. Because one thing I do want to have, and I know I said, hey, I'm not going to do any Etsy shopping for me, and I'm not, with the exception of what I asked Jordan to do for me. The custom label I will be having Hands and Bands make me in January, and she is phenomenal at making custom labels, y'all. And it will go on the outside of a black A6 binder for Danya, and then once Jordan's trackers come in, that she will make for me, and that's why I outsourced them to her to do, is because the binder is going to be spot on for Danya, and it's going to be everything that she needs in that binder for high school. The last reason that I said I was going to have one extra thing is something for me. I do not give myself spending money on a weekly basis. I know a lot of YouTubers do, and I don't really do self-care for myself. Y'all, if I have coffee creamer, and right now, if I have mint mocha coffee creamer, peppermint mocha coffee creamer, I am on cloud 9. I am obsessed with it, clearly, and if I have my coffee and tea in stock, I'm extraordinarily happy. My husband goes nuts about this too, because I don't like jewelry. I don't like flowers. I'm not really into candy, unless you want to send me a Snickers bar and things of that nature. So coffee and tea is where it's at for me, and I am just as happy as Cloud9 can be. So I'm a super simple, easy person, but the one thing I do want to do is get a couple more of these notebooks from Crafted by Free. She's made me this Care Bear one. There's a couple more I want to get, and it just takes me back to my childhood. I am going to save up before I purchase it, but I do want a Pound Puppies notebook. And then I also want to see if she can create 2 more for me. I want to get a Smurfs notebook. You see what pattern I'm going in, direction I'm going in? I will have to save for these, because these are a little bit more expensive than just buying a regular notebook. And I don't want to buy a regular notebook. I want Crafted by Free to specifically make these for me. And then I'm going to test her ability and see if she can make me a Cabbage Patch Kid. Now, it was a toss-up between Garbage Pail Kid and a Cabbage Patch Kid, y'all. I mean, I could go on and on with all the stuffed animals that I collect and all the 80s things that I collect. I love Winnie the Pooh. In fact, I have 3 tattoos on me, y'all. And one of them is Winnie the Pooh with my daughter Tori's name on it. That was my first tattoo I got. And with that being said, I am very much tied to my stuffed animals from the 80s. Very much so. So those are the additional things, but those will go into an envelope, and slowly over time, I will build up the money to get those specific items. And that is what I am going to use as my self-care or treat myself items. So you'll be seeing that savings challenge added on next Friday. I forgot to add that in. The envelope was to the side, and I was like, what's this envelope? Oh, yeah, I forgot to put this one in. And it's going to come from Taylor Budgets savings challenge book of her sister edition. Y'all, I've got so many savings challenges in stock. I could open my own Etsy shop. And I really wanted to open an Etsy shop, y'all, and that may be on the horizon still. I spoke about it a while back. It is still a goal of mine, but you know, the competition is so high out there, and I don't want to take from other shops who clearly already have the items in stock and have really good prices, and I don't want to mess with somebody else's financial situation and or need if they put up an Etsy shop based on solely to support themselves and or their family. So I may do Etsy in a different way. I have spoken with a subscriber on my channel, and we're talking about maybe doing coffee mugs and really cute shirts that have really cool sayings on them for the budgeting community. And that's not something I see on Etsy. So that may be the direction we go in. I may leave all the trackers and all the budgeting fun things to others and focus more on something that I can outsource and just sell on Etsy and split the profit with my subscriber if she's still interested in doing so, because she brought that to my attention just the other day, and I am more than willing to jump on board and do that with her. I think it would be a really fun situation. So this is what we have for our low spin, no spin January. I will be updating you at the end of January on how this goes. I will be tracking and keeping everybody updated. And we're going to hit it for February as well. I plan to do this the entire year. I just want to break it down in a system that was suitable for us, and I want to do it one piece at a time, 1 month at a time. If I can pay off more than one Affirm account, then hey, I'm going to hit it and go for it. But one is the absolute minimum that I'm going to do. So this is what we have. I know it's not as big and bulky and fantastic as others' 2023 approach. It's not a fully in-depth one for all 12 months. It's simple, and that's what I told y'all. I'm keeping everything. Keep it simple and successful, sweetheart. So we're rolling with that motto for the rest of our lives. Any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, drop it down in the comment section down below. I answer everyone's message. It doesn't matter how big, how small it is, how detailed the information is. Y'all see me down there. Y'all see me over on your YouTube channels, and I got all kinds of things to say, and I just be in there going, I'd be throwing 5-10 comments at you because I got to say something. Every time I hear you say something, I got to go, oh, and I'm down in the comment section. I'm all over everybody's channel. I almost feel like a stalker because as soon as I see someone's channel pop up, I'm trying to be the first one in there, and I'm like, I'm claiming first. That's just me. But anyways, any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, as I said, throw them in the comment section down below. I hope and wish you all a very safe New Year's tonight. And please, again, drink responsibly if you're drinking. No judgment over here at all. Throw your keys to someone else who is sober. Have a sober person pick you up. Have an Uber pick you up. Your life and nobody else's life is worth risking over a couple of drinks and a huge party. So, we'll catch you tomorrow. Maybe a little bit later than usual because I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. Till next time, Without Limits Budgets is out.